Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
A lady in pink.
Yes, very, very pink. It's my new colour. Pink is the new black now,
Yes.
apparently.
Well, I'm actually still in my gym wear because those have been following my journey, I've started going to the gym and I am now officially a gym junkie.
You're a gym junkie.
I have, but I have to share with you, I've got muscle. Like, look at this. For the first time in 35 years.
Impressive.
I've got actual muscle.
Yeah.
But I'm hilarious in the gym. Like
I'm sure you are.
They call me the gym warrior, and my trainer just thinks I'm hilarious, but he says he just loves training me. But I'm the noisy person in the gym. I'm the person
where are the noises coming
from? Well, the thing
from?
is, because I accept the challenge. Because
Sure.
Yeah. So
well,
I
think
don't
you're there
like
for a short time. You might as well make the most of it.
So when he says, we're going to bench press this, we're going to do that, and I'm like, no, we're not. There's no way I'm going to do that. He's like, yeah, you will. And then I get determined. But I'm pushing up 90 kilos now.
Yeah,
so I'm in the gym and I'm like, 1, 2, 3.
Are there other people in there?
Yes. And everybody now knows me. And so when I finish training now, and I walk past both the guys and the girls at the gym, they're like, well done, love. And apparently Craig was down at Main Beach the other day and there were these two women in the cafe talking about this blonde girl in the gym that makes all the noises.
Oh my God. At least they're coming out of your mouth.
Oh, dear. So anyway, yes.
Yeah.
So I have got muscle tone for the first time. So I've been more conscious. I think it's kind of one of the things that goes hand in hand, which will kind of lead into our topic today, is when you start with one thing, you naturally become more conscious about other things.
Absolutely. There's always that domino effect that happens when you start to look after yourself, you start to get healthy, whether it's a gym or wherever you start with those other feel-good things, because your body's releasing endorphins, right? So it's sending these really great signals to your brain to say, hey, I want more of that because this is making me feel good.
Well, I've never had protein drinks before.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. So now we've got my cupboard's full of protein powders, all the different flavours, and I'm putting them in the blender with with the frozen fruit, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, and you can pack in so much nutrition. I think that's what people don't understand. So you don't have to, you're too busy. The protein literally takes 2 minutes to make, and you can take it with you. Yeah. And you can pack it with so many nutrients. So that sort of leads on what we're going to talk about today, is how protein fits in with what exciting.
And I wasn't going to the gym necessarily like to lose weight, but of course one of the side effects of getting fit and healthy and building muscle mass is is weight loss. But
well, it's your fat and muscle distribution. It starts to even itself out. So we all have a perfect weight. Like everyone will have what they call a set weight. So even if you're trying to lose weight or whether gain muscle, whatever it is, your body will find that, and then you'll find you'll normally sit there. Yes. But that's a sort of a happy place to be. That's what we should aim for.
And in order to get past that set weight, you really have to go to extreme measures. That's the type of thing that bodybuilders and professional athletes and that do. Once you get to that set weight, you really can't go too much.
We don't need to go any further than that. So it's something that naturally happens, and I think that's what women need to be aware of, rather than pushing you going, well, hang on, especially as we age, because our set weight changes as we age, right? Because our fat and muscle distribution does change, and we do have fat for a reason. There are some good things about having a little bit of fat on your body.
But what is the main thing that women going through menopause complain about? That's the hormonal weight gain.
Well, when it's excessive, when it's excessive belly fat or thigh fat.
It's always around the belly. So we have something today to talk about.
Yes, we do. It's
exciting.
Newsflash!
We have our new Ultra Slim Fort.
Yes. Very exciting.
With the magic, I shouldn't say magic, but with this wonderful key active ingredient, berberine.
Yes. Berberine is something that I suppose in herbal medicine, we've been using for a long, long time, mainly for balancing blood sugar levels. So berberine has been one of those incredible products for people with diabetes or people with blood sugar, roller coaster kind of symptoms. So if you're hypoglycemic, where your blood sugar drops down, or you're hyperglycemic, where it's too high, berberine is one of those beautiful herbs that balances it out. So for people with glucose sensitivity, which most people do. So if you've got weight gain and you can't lose it, you will have glucose sensitivity. It just goes hand in hand. And that's why berberine is the star hero.
And you know, isn't it funny, because a lot of things when they become, when they either become trendy or they go around and cycle, but they've been around for a long time. You know, I mean, it's from a plant, so it's been around for hundreds of years.
It's in quite a few plants. So in herbal medicine, berberine comes from plants like barberry, golden seal. Now, most people might recognise golden seal is that really bright yellow. It's in ointments sometimes too, but it's a fantastic antibacterial, antifungal, like it's really good for so many things. So we've been using that for as long as I've been a naturopath. So long time.
So we've got some really other wonderful ingredients in this to really help with weight loss control.
Yes.
Because that's what we're looking at here is for, you know, long-term effects, sustainable weight loss as well. We're not looking at
not quick fixes.
Or roller coaster.
Yeah.
You know,
yo-yos.
Yo-yos, that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, or yo-yos. So we've got other ingredients in there like caraway.
Yes, caraway, which is a digestive, and in Indian culture it's used as a post-meal digestive, so that they literally chew on them. And I was saying earlier that my dad's favourite bread was, growing up being German, was always dark rye bread, always had to have rye bread. But he particularly loved the rye bread with caraway. Wasn't my favourite as a kid, but I understand the mechanism of action of having caraway in there because it's combined then with wheat and rye, and some people might not be able to digest that. So caraway was there really as a digestive tonic. And isn't it interesting that foods from nature tend to gravitate towards each other for a reason?
Yeah.
So,
and a lot of the times, and I found like in recent times as well, that what we've been focusing on, or we've noticed, is that people that are wanting to lose, you know, a little bit of excess weight also suffer from bloating and digestive issues. And so therefore they can feel, for want of a better word, fatter some days than others, you know, and that kind of, you know, doesn't help with the mind and depression and things like that. So it's really important when we were creating this product that we actually tried to deal with like both of these scenarios.
Absolutely, because bloating, you know, you can think you're doing really well, you know, you're maintaining your weight, you're eating really good, and then one day all of a sudden for no reason you're bloating, and you just, everything goes out the window and you grab a packet of chips, you know, and everything goes downward from there. But it is important, like it's not just, there's never just one magic pill with one magic ingredient. It is going to be a combination of things. And when we address all those mechanisms of action, all those body actions and the things that need to happen for us to maintain an ideal weight. And, you know, again, it's not just about that. It is about a lifestyle shift. And like you said, when you do one thing, and this might be the catalyst, this might be the one thing that, you know, motivates you to change other things, because if it is starting to make you feel better and more energetic and you do feel like it's taking the bloating away, then of course you're going to make better food choices, aren't you?
You do.
Because you're not going to go grab the saturated fats and the sugars and things like that, because you not only you know they're detrimental, but this gives you the motivation to make those changes on a permanent basis.
The other really lovely ingredient in this, which is really popular in this weight loss control sector, is saffron.
Yeah, saffron, again, another beautiful herb. Very expensive little herb.
It is.
Saffron. Yes, very expensive, but also really good for glucose metabolism and bloating and digestive issues. So,
and then we have
amino acids.
No, we do, but we also have the cayenne pepper.
Oh yes, cayenne pepper. Yes. So I think most people are familiar with cayenne pepper. That's really good for cardiovascular health. So very good for heart regulation as well. So if you tend to maybe have a fast beating heart, maybe your blood pressure's not so great, then so cayenne pepper is definitely the herb for you. So some people have it neat, like we'll just take a spoon in water every morning, every night. It's pretty spicy.
Yes.
It's not hot like chili, but it is spicy. It is a hit that gets you in the back of the throat. So if that's too difficult for you, I mean, people with severe cardiovascular issues really should be taking cayenne pepper. It's just one of those beautiful herbs that has got a lot of notoriety lately. Trying to put notoriety lately. Two words together into one. But yes, so cayenne pepper is definitely another good one there. So again, we're dealing with things that help with metabolic function, glucose sensitivity, cardiovascular health, and digestion. So all those things have to work together.
They do.
For weight management to happen naturally, as we say.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
And they're all natural herbs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even because there are products out there, like you can just buy straight berberine.
Yes.
And like everything, works differently. But if you can combine the right ingredients at the therapeutic doses for a maximum effect and a kind of like knock-on effect as well, they work together. Like that's why we've got the amino acid blend in there.
So amino acids come. We normally tend to get amino acids from the food we eat. But then, of course, a lot of people aren't eating the right combinations of food. A lot of the complete amino acids come from things like hemp seeds. A lot of people obviously don't have hemp seeds in their diet. Meat is a great source of good amino acids. A lot of people choose not to eat meat, or they're reducing their meat because they hear the fear about saturated fats, right? So it's just because we have these extreme conversations, or like you said, what goes on trend, and that can happen, like whether it's veganism or being carnivore diet, keto diet. So all these things tend to then upset the balance of minerals, amino acids, and things like that you get from your food because you're changing it.
I mean, I've seen weight loss products out there that are literally just amino acids.
Yeah,
that's all they are.
Yes,
but they're not putting anything else in there. So
amino acids on their own pretty much work on an energy level, right? So they work on what we call the ATP cycle, which is your body's energy cycle. And that's really important because obviously if you want to lose weight, you need to have energy, right? Because you want to get people out and moving and doing so, because the more energy you have, it means it's burning your metabolism up. But when you combine it with these other things that we've put in there, with these star ingredients, the effect is just going to be so much more profound.
One of the questions that I've been getting a lot lately is really because of what's out there on the internet. So most of us, or most of you listening, would have heard of Ozempic. Yes. For those that haven't, it is the pharmaceutical prescription, or it's a weekly injection that's primarily for people suffering with diabetes to lower their blood sugar levels. Yes. However, it has a side effect, and the side effect was weight loss. And so then what happened, it exploded, especially in the US market. It exploded into the US market as a weight loss injection, and then supplies ran short for diabetic patients. And so then they had to pull it in and say, no, we're not going to do this, in Australia, just for weight loss. We have to give it to prioritise the patients with diabetes. But then, of course, people that are like herbalists and people like yourself, because they knew what the function of Ozempic was, and this is where berberine comes in, because people were going, but that's the same function that berberine naturally does for the body. And so this is why you start to see on the internet, that berberine is potentially being touted as a natural...
nature's Ozempic.
Nature's Ozempic. Yeah. So if you're wondering, or if you see anything and you wonder why, it's because of the comparison of the function that both Ozempic and berberine have on the body, which is...
It's a protein.
I wrote it down to get the
it's a long word.
to get the correct wording about what the... what it was that the two of them did, and now I should have highlighted it.
Kinase, the protein kinase.
Here it is. Right, okay. Yeah. There we go. So berberine can activate an enzyme called
the AMP, activated protein kinase, so AMPK. So that's for regulating metabolism. So that's the most important one for... so the thing is, even when you eat food, so everything you consume will either... speed up your metabolism or slow it down. It's as simple as that. So whatever food you put in your mouth is going to go one way or the other. And this is when you start to become conscious about what you consume when you're on, especially a weight loss journey or someone with diabetes, because you have to be very conscious about what you put in your body. So it all comes down to metabolic function, and that's how berberine actually works in the body, and that's the same effect naturally that you would get from a drug like Ozempic. And of course, Ozempic is also linked to some very awful side effects. So we absolutely don't, recommend it for weight loss on its own. Please don't use up pharmaceutical medication that is needed for people who really need it. Like
especially when there's natural alternatives. And like it says, the same activation leads to increased fat burning and energy expenditure. So,
that's right.
Yeah. So look out for the Berberine and our Ultra, or look out for Ultra Fort.
Yes. So people are already jumping in and grabbing it. They've seen it on our site. So obviously our regular customers, they're always alerted to what's new and what's coming out, and they've all gone, ooh, something pretty and pink.
Yeah, so I know there's been quite a few hundred of them on the wait list for a few months. So
they were waiting.
They were super excited about doing that. So that was really one of the main things to talk about today was really like the Berberine. We've talked about fasting before.
Yes, it's one of my favourite things, obviously, fasting. Yes, so I'm a big proponent of that. And if you do have chronic illness, or even something like diabetes or hormone dysregulation, fasting can be a really nice way to reset your body. We do tend to overeat.
Well, you just got back from a wonderful trip.
Well, that's right, and it was a fasting retreat, and I'm still living that kind of lifestyle. So the weight has definitely maintained, which is incredible. It just shows you how clever the body is at adapting, and of course getting to my set weight, which I hadn't been since before kids, and that's what I am now, and hopefully I can maintain that. But it is about being really conscious about what you consume every day, and what you do find out when you do start fasting is that we can live quite efficiently and energetically on a lot less food. Most people just tend to eat too much. You can eat a lot of good food and you can still eat too much. It's still too much of a calorie intake for your body. So, depending on how you're expending that.
Remember I told you the story about when I brought my first cold press juicer? And I was like, I'm going to do 7 days of juicing. And so then I did all this fruit. Because I didn't know. I didn't know back then about the 5-2, about the 3-2 or 80-20 rule, sorry. About the 80-20 rules for fruit, with juicing fruits and vegetables. So I just drank like orange juice and apple juice, like all the sweet stuff.
Crazy.
For 5 days. Like I literally did juice for 5 days. Went through an enormous amount of fruit. I put on 4 kilos.
The wrong fruit. Well, here's a little tip. If you want to juice something to assist with weight management, pineapple and cucumber.
Oh.
They are the two. So cucumber has a
diuretic.
An ingredient. It is a diuretic. It's cooling. It's soothing. So for weight loss, digestion, cucumber is really good. And pineapple has bromelain in it. Bromelain is an anti-inflammatory, right? Really natural. So those two together work beautifully. Just a bit of ice cold water, blend them up if you have a good blender, and drink that down every day. So there's another tip. But these are good things. Again, this is one component of that journey for women, isn't it? Oh, and for men too. It's not just for women. But it's always in combination with a healthy diet, some sort of exercise, whatever it is you like to do, just move every day. If you like to dance around the lounge room, if you like to, walk along the beach, whatever it is. And an evening walk is also really good too. Just to give your metabolism a bit of that extra boost. Make sure you're having good quantities of protein, especially in the evening. If you are hungry after dinner, if you are looking for something, a protein shake is the ideal thing to have after dinner as a dessert. And
I know it sounds like, it's delicious. Protein shake. But honestly, nowadays, the flavours, like I've got coffee, banana, vanilla fudge, caramel, like there's so many different flavours, and then
better than a Tim Tam.
And like what I do sometimes even now in the morning, which I like, because I have my hot coffee in the morning, and then what I do, because I've got a proper coffee bean machine, bean machine, you know what I mean. And so I'll do like my coffee, and then I'll make another cup, just a black, and I will put it in the fridge. I go off, I come back from the gym, and then I make up my protein shake and put in another shot of coffee. So I've got my another coffee protein shake,
Exactly.
Coffee and banana.
So many good combos. So explore the world of protein.
You love peanut butter in yours.
I do like peanut butter.
Craig likes peanut butter in his too.
Well, and you know what the good thing it is about that? Because when you're putting a little bit of fat in there, it keeps you full, right? It keeps you fuller for longer. So, and it gives you those good fats. So I do enjoy that. So what can we tell people about this with regard to purchasing? Is there a discount for multiple purchases?
Well,
what's the deal?
yes. So because we've done this on purpose. All right. So you can buy one bottle, but you can also buy 2 and get 1 free.
Whoa!
And the reason for that is because we want people, like everything, as we've always said with all natural supplements, is that you need to be on them for a minimum of 90 days. And I absolutely refuse to, not refuse, but I don't want anybody to buy one bottle of something, then get to the end and go, oh, that didn't work for me. So what we've done is we've given everybody a huge incentive here to buy 2, get 1 free, which is 90 days. Stay on it for 90 days. And you'll find, like, even like the first couple of weeks, you're just like, you're taking it, but there's this mindset, and it's a placebo mindset that starts to kick in, and it's like,
when you're doing something good for yourself.
When you're doing something good for yourself, then you feel like you should do something better for yourself.
Yes, that's right.
And you'll find that, if you're not doing any exercise whatsoever, I can almost guarantee you by week 3 you might walk around the block, because it's this mental, motivation. It just takes a while. So, and once you know that you're doing this action every day of taking these 2 tablets every day, and then you'll go, all right, well, if I'm going to go to this expense and I'm going to go to this commitment of taking them, well, what else can I do?
I might as well go the whole hog. And that includes eating better, making better food choices, maybe reducing the alcohol. Definitely look at where your sugar intake is coming from. Sugar is just one of the most evil substances on the planet.
We can almost, if I could offer a money back guarantee on a 90-day plan, as long as you reduce your calorie intake and you promise to do, even if it's the bare minimum of exercise, just 3 days a week, you cannot not lose weight doing this.
Or feel better. You will just feel better. But I think most people would want to do more than that. And that's the good thing about something like this. This is a kickstart for you. That's what this is. We've created that, so it's a kickstart. It's got all the ingredients wrapped into one, so you don't have to take multiple products. Get yourself a nice protein shake, eat some good food, go for a jog around the block. And if you are a person that particularly does suffer with bloating, then get the Flatter Me to go with that as well, and take that for 14 days consistently straight. You don't need to take that necessarily for 30 days, because for 14 days generally it's fixed that bloating. Take it with that. It's this is just such a great combination. Then the feedback, it's only early days, but the feedback that we've been getting is extremely positive. Fantastic. I'm super happy with it. And I just think this is going to be the next biggest thing, in the natural weight loss supplement space. You heard it here first. And stay hydrated. That's the other thing. Stay hydrated. My name's Mona Hecke. Stay hydrated. It's my new tagline. All right, that's about it. Yeah, I think so. I think we've pretty much covered it. Yeah. So get onto the website, have a look at this brand new beautiful little product. Buy 2, get 1 free. Get the Flatter Me as well. Get rid of that bloating. Absolutely. And then we'll see you again in 90 days. Yes, see you soon. Cheers, everyone. Bye.